We were talking about Blake being like such a huge fan that like the Baha Men could not perform. Like he was causing
but
such a problem.
But he fucking hates Who Let the Dogs Out though. He thinks that's radio bullshit. He likes their deep tracks.
And he hates that it's the thing that they're remembered for because they're so much better than that.
Yeah.
Welcome to another brand spanking new episode of another Bachelor podcast. My name's Dylan. I'm saddled up next to one real Nicholas Davis.
Put your confidence on, boys.
I wanted to ask, I don't know if I brought this up last week, so he's gone now.
It doesn't make any sense, I'll admit it, but...
Sticking to it.
Mm-hmm.
Pat.
Yeah.
You're the producer and you're behind the glass.
I am here, and so happy to be here.
Guys, general thoughts. What do we think about the episode?
I thought it was great, and I'm jazzed for hometowns.
Yeah.
I think there's some weird editing here, not to get ahead of myself, but Leo's exit was suspect.
Weird. Tons of weird editing all throughout the episode. You're 100% right.
I felt it too.
Guys, we're in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
The water is the bluest Becca's ever seen. I think it's because Becca hasn't seen a ton of blue water.
I haven't either, so I was in the same boat.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Can I say something? Being from the piece of shit place where I was born, Massachusetts.
Yep.
I always hated this as a kid. This is pre-Instagram or social media. People always bragged about their trips to the Bahamas. That's where you go when you live in a cold place in the Northeast. Mm-hmm. And it always seemed lame. It seemed like a poor place. Like I wanted to like something more extravagant, like go to like Italy or something.
Portland.
Or Monaco. What?
What?
I was going to say some place like everyone could afford to go to Bahamas. It's like a poor place where you go.
Okay.
There's a couple locations like Pat's hometown that when I think of, I just think of gray.
Right.
You know,
what is your hometown called?
Lunenburg.
Okay.
Lunenburg, Detroit, Cleveland, all gray.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yucky places.
Very yucky. Hey, why do you think I live here, dude?
What does that do to a person when they're growing into an individual? You know,
oh,
it must have been
stats.
Soul crushing.
Oh, I'll give you some stats. Okay, so I graduated with 90 people in my high school graduation.
Yeah,
10 have committed suicide.
That's hilarious.
That is a scientific statistical anomaly.
Something's in the water. Hey, shitface Chris Harrison sits down with Becca and expresses the importance of the week. And you know what? I know that we call him shitface Chris Harrison.
You call him that.
But he's right. This is an immensely important week. I mean, we're one away from hometowns. Every minute matters.
Now, two important things come out of this conversation with shitface Harrison. She admits to... falling in love with two guys, or she says a couple of guys she's falling in love with. And she also says she's very concerned about breaking some hearts this week.
Yeah.
So she already knows she's going to break some hearts.
As a bachelorette is wont to do, be worried about breaking a couple hearts. It's the name of the game now. But something that is unique about her, I feel like she makes note of, you know, how she'd like a little romance on the beach. She is so horny.
Oh, dude. I am so happy you said that. This is the horniest bachelorette
She's so horny.
ever had. She is the horniest bachelorette ever.
You know what? I would be bursting at the seams. Imagine just having to kiss all the time, week after week after week after week. I'm glad she's just putting it out there. Rachel's all reserved and weird and stuff like that. I mean, past bachelorettes have been, except for Caitlyn, who...
She started getting a little Ari the last couple episodes, which is conversations are happening and it's not going anywhere. And her move is to just lean in and just go for the kiss and end the pointless conversation.
I don't know. I think she's got a great thing going with all the guys.
The kissing bandit S. I guess that's not gender specific. She can just be the kissing bandit too.
He says, I don't know. I just thought this was really, really corny when he says, Becca, we were in Vegas recently. How do you bet this will go? Yikes. Okay, so Becca comes into the hotel room. What's this fancy hotel they're staying at?
It's the Grand Hyatt, of course, Baha Men. And I wanted to do a little digging, as I'm want to do, and I looked up a little review.
Yeah.
I'm usually
Famous for Yelp.
Yeah, famous for Yelp. We usually find a lot of Yelp ones. This is international, baby, so we needed to go to TripAdvisor. So
it helps when you're in a different country. I'll tell you what, me and my lovely wife found a phenomenal Tuscan meat restaurant on TripAdvisor.
sounds delicious.
Oh, so yummy.
Anyways, here's a 1-star review out of 5 for the Grand Hyatt Baha Men from Eric S. out of Windermere, Florida.
Yuck.
He titled...
Told you, by the way, like horrible people go there.
Yeah. He titled his review, "Make sure to read my objective review." Here we go. Horrible in so many ways. Freezing cold with 95% of people complaining. Very few places to buy warm clothes you didn't pack. Don't get ocean view. The dumbest person on the planet decided to put a permanent DJ on the first floor balcony that blares music until after midnight. The slot machines do not pay. Try another game. I have gambled everywhere, and these...
Gambling. The Bahamas are known for it.
And these have to have an issue, if you know what I mean. Wink. And then he put a smiley face. That's not a winky face. I'm going to Atlantis next time. At least you don't freeze and can get some sleep.
Nick, I'd like to jump on your review there. I looked up some of the rates for the rooms. Club access is $600, I guess, to listen to that horrible DJ that's, I guess, there till the end of time. Suites
till the end of time?
Well, they said forever, right? Right?
Keep going.
Okay. Suites are $525 a night. If you add a bed and breakfast, I guess it's $625. But the standard rate during off season is $300. So that's a pretty good deal, I guess, if you want to go down there in the winter.
Yeah. Have some beef patties. They eat them there.
Beef patties.
Beef patties and breadfruit. Okay, anyways, Becca goes into the suite. Club access suite for 600 something, whatever you said. And they cut to this guy, Blake, who is out on a balcony, and he says that he has told her that he's falling in love with her, but hasn't told her that he loves her yet. And says, we'll see if I pull this one out. Hey, buddy, this isn't a bargaining chip. This isn't Nas, like in Fast and Furious. This is love. This man is not genuine. And that's why all the groveling and all the true emotion that he feels, it just makes it so much worse because he's so,
Icky! I can't put my finger on this Blake character. He's very suspect. Obviously, not to get ahead of myself, later in the episode, you find out how damaged this man is.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh, yeah.
And then throw in there, he's known this chick for, 6 weeks? He start tossing around the love thing and the falling in love bullshit.
Yeah.
This guy's a love addict or a sex addict or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
His story he told on their first date, the very first one-on-one of the season, was that he told a woman he loved her after 3 months, and she broke his heart. So he's prone to latching on quickly, and it often turns out poorly.
Yeah, he just falls head over heels so fast. But before we get to Colton being swept out of the room, we were talking off mic about that outfit.
Yeah, it looked like a purple trash bag.
Hey, Pat.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a friend.
I thought her outfit choices for this episode were pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Later in the episode, she wears like a off-the-shoulder white pantsuit. I thought that was kind of hot.
I did think it was the best she's looked all season.
So are you saying that the purple trash bag was picked by Rue McClanahan, star of the 80s sitcom Golden Girls?
I absolutely was.
Well, you played the song from the computer, so...
I could hear this song back-to-back 90 times.
Let's not do that.
Once again, I'm going to very quickly plug Golden Girls trivia in WeHo every Tuesday.
Yeah. We're doing a bad job of getting through this here television show, so let's do that. She picks Colton, and the guys are a little peeved. Leo says that maybe she's taking the person that she has the most questions about. Oh, Leo.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, buddy.
Poor Leo. She has no questions about Colton Leo. In fact, she calls him literally a bronzed god when they go onto the boat. She says that he's a block of muscle and then sighs and says, I could get used to that.
She is, all right, so if we're going to, she's into, at least 3 of these guys.
Yeah.
This is the guy she wants to have sex with.
Absolutely.
This is the guy, if they met at a bar on a Friday night and it had a couple pops in them, she'd go home with this guy and then she'd be telling all her girlfriends about how good he was in bed.
Which is why I'm sure we all have takes on this virginity bomb, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
He's exactly like Ross Gurgle. He's like the spitting image. Football.
Who?
That's Becca's ex-boyfriend.
Oh.
Ross Gurgle.
The guy that Pat loves so much.
And you hated.
Who sweats out of his ass.
He did.
Doesn't
and
wear
wore
socks.
loafers with no socks.
Yeah.
I
You're a fan?
Not anymore.
Okay.
From the Another Bachelor podcast Instagram, I'm following him, and he's living quite a life.
Yeah.
He's traveling. Good for him.
Yeah.
By the way, did you guys, when you were watching the episode, forget that Colton was a virgin? Because I did until it got brought up again.
No, I didn't. It's been a pretty prevalent component of his storyline.
Has it really? I thought we kind of dropped off. Colton's been kind of sidelined for the last couple episodes.
They go out onto the boat and they hold each other and
The Titanic move.
Yep.
That's I counted. It's at least 4 times they've used this on this series that I've been watching.
Yeah, it's totally overdone. I wish they would start using the line, I am the captain now. I think that's much more romantic from Captain Phillips.
It's not as romantic, but I do have a bone to pick with this expression, this quote. Mm-hmm. How has this quote become so iconic? Everybody fucking knows it. Everybody can rattle off, I'm the captain now. Pat, do you know what movie that's from?
Yeah, Captain Phillips. Right?
Okay.
I actually just said it.
That does not... Okay, great. Anyways, Captain Phillips is a forgettable movie.
Yeah.
It's a forgettable movie. Yet this quote from this random Somali actor has lived on in our culture.
I want to see that guy get more work. He was so convincing as a
Very
terrorist
talented actor.
/ boat stealer or whatever.
Boat stealer, yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, a pirate does come over to their boat, but he's not really a pirate. He's not trying to steal their boat. His name's Action. He wants to take them out to fish for some conch.
I think one of the guys from Crisscross is dead, but if that guy is still alive, he's working on a yellow garbage boat, putting conch shells 20 feet in the ocean to make white tourists think that they're actually collecting conch shells. He looked exactly like Crisscross. Love this song.
That is a great song. I'm fucking digging it. But that is who I was trying to think of who I thought he looked like, and I looked up Zach the Black Ranger. It wasn't him.
Nope.
I thought Kofi Kingston, WWE superstar, not him. It was Crisscross. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Hit the nail on the head.
I have no fucking idea what you guys are talking about, and I feel left out.
And I will say Patrick is wearing his shirt backwards behind the glass back there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Crisscross's trademark, you idiot.
Sorry. So he tells them that that she needs some conch, and this pushes over the snowball of sexual cock puns.
I thought this was distasteful on ABC's part. I mean, hey, 11 times, maybe that's fine. Okay,
Right.
43, Jesus Christ.
And 11 seems like an unreasonable number, but given what you've just seen, you've bumped it up to 43.
They said it a lot.
Yeah, they said
did
it a lot.
The guy, by the way, Crisscross keeps trying to interrupt him and say, hey, do you want me to make a fucking salad out of here? It's an aphrodisiac. And they're like, no, we got this. We're going to keep mentioning...
Yeah.
Him referring to the guy as Crisscross, even though I know you're aware Crisscross is multiple people, but it reminds me of how I thought Migos was one guy.
Right. Or the Backstreet Boys was just one guy.
Yeah, that...
So they do roll out a lot of these puns. Like he says, what she really needs is the pistol. Did you notice I was about to do an accent, but I stopped? She really needs a pistol, and that she says that she hopes Colton dives deep for that conch. Come on. And I gotta say, deep he does dive. I mean, he really goes down there. My ears were ringing just watching him pick that conch up.
They were planted there, right? I'm not an idiot.
100%.
Okay, thank you.
100%. Conch don't just sit in a perfect square on the bottom of the ocean.
Well, there's things that live in the ocean. I figured they'd eat the conch.
Right. I don't know the predatory and preventative measures that conch can take against prey or predator.
Hence the shell, right? That's how they're protected.
I think that might have something to do with it, but I'm not 100% sure. We need to get away from these animals and talk about human beings.
But they did eat the conch.
They ate the pistol,
because they said it was an aphrodisiac. But lest we not forget, as I've said many times, fear is actually nature's most powerful aphrodisiac.
And let me say something about aphrodisiacs. Can we stop this? Can we cut this out? Okay. My wife eats chocolate at night all the time. You know what she does after?
Goes to sleep.
She sleeps.
You got to get some unagi. What is it?
Unagi?
I don't know.
Is that shrimp? Raw shrimp?
Patrick knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, let's move on. Can we talk about his body really, really quickly?
Colton's?
Yeah.
It does not quit.
Well, that's true, but I thought I was going to be moved when he popped that shirt off, and I wasn't.
It wasn't that great.
It wasn't
I'm not
that
going to
great.
say he's doughy, and I'm
No,
not going to
of
say
course
he's an
not.
Adonis. He's somewhere in between.
Cut up the front of you a little bit. I mean, Jesus Christ.
You got nothing to do for the last 8 weeks. Like, work out every day.
Yeah. It was crazy to be so disappointed in such a strong figure, you know?
He also had back knee, a little pet peeve of mine.
See, I thought he was jacked. I did see the back knee,
Of
for
course
sure.
he's jacked. We're just saying that he was disappointing. Night date.
Night date!
Okay. They sit down and the V-bomb gets dropped. You guys know what I'm talking about when I say V-bomb?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You do? The fact that he's a
He's a
virgin?
ventriloquist.
Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about this? She has an odd reaction. But let's first talk about the delivery of this V-bomb. He says that he had to choose between professional football Colton and personal Colton. And me and you were talking about it. Off mic, of course.
Everybody knows it's that old dilemma. Either professional sports or have sex. The two certainly do not
They
mix.
cannot coexist. They just can't. You have to pick one. With all joking aside, I'm fairly confident that there are tons of professional athletes out there that just have sex all the time.
You brought up Antonio Cromartie, actually, who has 7 children by somehow 11 different mothers. But he did have a 109-yard missed field goal return for a touchdown, so
Yeah.
I'll just forgive it.
He drops the bomb. He's a virgin. And she steps away. She's taken aback by this. It's almost like he told her, like, hey, you know, I got a criminal past or I raped someone. Like, she needs to step out and get some air, which I thought was completely inappropriate because I always try and I understand women and men are different. But the idea that
How so?
all right, let's insert a female telling the Bachelor that she's a virgin, and then he walks away from the table and then has to think about it for 20 minutes, leaving her there to sit and like go, is he going to dump me because I said I'm a virgin?
I think that recently did happen. Like, didn't a Bachelor just leave a girl at a dinner table for a long time?
But not for the virgin thing.
Right, not for the virgin thing, though.
Yes, that's specific to a female getting to do that, which, again, I know where you can't judge because, you know, it's the roles are reversed, gender roles. But what she did to him, I thought was kind of
Monstrous.
bitchy.
Yeah, monstrous.
You leave him sitting there. Like, wouldn't you want a virgin? I mean, are you worried this guy ain't going to fucking deliver fucking...
That's what I wanted to get into because, you know, you're saying the roles are reversed. You know, ironically, I think she's thinking like a man here.
So she's thinking like it's fuck time. Like, if I go on the overnights and I pull the trigger on you, Colton, you better fucking put out that night. I'm not sitting there doing pillow talk with you all night. Like, we're getting down. We're going to start getting dirty.
But that's what I wanted to get to because I don't think that this is a huge blow, but it is, I think, a mark on him because this is not the Colton that she thought she was getting. I think she wants to date perhaps get engaged to a Colton who is already a rock-hard finisher in the sack. And he's just not that. So I think she got a little spooked because I think she wants to be swept away by this man. I don't think she wants to be the sexual leader in the relationship.
So you're saying she thought Colton had a body count like Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther?
What?
He had, all the dots on his body were the people he's killed. There were thousands.
I mean, I don't know about thousands, but yeah, a little bit more experience than Virgin.
Bottom line, she could have handled this way better. I mean, Jesus Christ, she's out there for God knows how long. She's making this guy sit there. He just laid it out. I mean, I would say I'd be pretty insecure. I mean, I lost my virginity when I was 14. I can't imagine losing waiting to have sex till I'm, God, how old is this fucking
26,
guy?
not that old, but you know.
But he is creeping up on those years where it gets weird.
Well, you know, but I do.
Especially for being in
That
a cup of tea in the NFL. Like, that's absurd.
I don't know.
Like you said, these women come to your hotel room unsolicited. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, you know, maybe it's a lie. Maybe that's what Tia's going to break next week.
Could be a weird strategy.
But you're right. I felt horrible for him. Becca hears and internalizes that he's vulnerable, embarrassed, and scared that this could fracture their relationship. And she leaves.
Can I tell you what was going on with her mind? If we got in her head, and I actually had a sound clip that I could play what's going on in Becca's head after he drops his bond. May I play that?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
I'm excited.
What the fuck? The fuck? The fuck? What the fuck? The fuck?
What's wrong with me? What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck? 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 Hey! When is you gonna stop playing with my motherfucking emotions and beat this motherfucking kitty up, nigga?
That's exactly what was going on in her head while she was overlooking that beautiful view of the Bahamas at Baha Men.
He gets the rose after all that drama and goes back to the house, and Blake is not happy. He says that he thought that they had something, but maybe it's all just made up. Blake, there are 3 more roses. Shut up. You guys want to get to the one-on-one with Garrett?
Not really. I don't like this character.
Whoa.
You don't like Garrett?
Nope. There's something in his past. I do not like this guy.
Despite Patrick's disdain for his character, we still have to cover this date. So
Yeah. He runs up to her on the beach, and once again, very, very horny Becca is.
Full leg wraparound.
Yeah. I mean, they spend the day humping and making out on various swings and then the beach, and then they talk a little bit.
He draws their names in the sand with a heart.
Mm-hmm. She said that she's falling for him, but that it's a little too easy, and I can see that. I can see that there's kind of been puppy love for what is for this show far too long. 8 weeks of a relationship that's not that deep and meaningful and emotional. It's not going to fly here.
At the top of the show, I mentioned how she's kind of pulling an Ari lately. This was definitely an example of that. As they were hanging out at the beach and they're talking and nothing's coming out of either one of their mouths, she just reaches in, grabs him by the neck, and just starts making out with him.
did not find that attractive.
Whoa.
I didn't.
How come?
I don't know. He's masculine. It was a masculine maneuver.
Mm-hmm. I don't like people touching my neck.
I kind of liked it. So anyways, back to the room really quickly. Blake gets the card and talks about how his heart almost exploded and how he is excited to meet his girlfriend. He is the new David of the competition.
Chicken Man.
He is 100% the new David. The way he talks, the way he is, he sucks.
That's crazy. That was in my notes, and once again, they were few, but that he was very much the new David. But even creepier, the way he commits so fast and then gets all in his head. Like,
yeah,
he may have some bodies in his closet, and I mean legitimate bodies.
Yeah, and children's bodies at that.
I don't know.
I'm not going to go as far as you guys. I'm going to say this guy has like a 0 as far as his self-esteem. total loser.
Yep.
Doesn't think anything of himself. I think he's probably questioning, like, how the fuck did I get on this show?
You want to get into the night date?
Night date!
Boy, do I.
They talk about stuff, right?
Garrett, once again, totally bad habit, bad form. Never talk about your exes. Number one thing, never talk about your exes. Never, never.
Yeah.
And then number two.
Why not?
The girl you're on a date with, she's starting to take notes. If this is going to be eventually your girlfriend or wife, she's like making a note of everything you're fucking
Your
saying here.
mastery of female psychology is just unparalleled.
Never talk about sex, politics, or religion. Stay away from those subjects. Ply her with liquor and then tell her she's hot. But anyway, he doesn't do this. Instead, he throws his ex under the bus. Becca will soon be his ex, and he will do this same thing as he's done to his ex. Mm-hmm. Her dress, by the way, on point. She's wearing an off-the-shoulder white pantsuit. She looked really good. Rue McClanahan obviously was not here on set to choose that.
Or if she was, she's due for a raise.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Rue McClanahan's not the one that dons that gives her that dress.
No sequins.
You're saying that Rue McClanahan was fired and now the good dresses start rolling?
Perhaps. Maybe they've listened
What
to
if
this
we
podcast.
see sequins next week?
Well, then I guess we'll have to see, Dylan.
Well, I don't
know.
I don't think you're giving Rue her due.
I like to think that though it's belated, Rue's finally catching up with the times.
Yeah. I don't think it's fair for you to say that she's been cut loose at all. Hey, do you guys want to get to the one-on-one with Blake?
Yeah, let's do it.
Real quickly, before we do, let's get into a word from our sponsors. Craig's Crematorium. Come enjoy all 37 flavors we have to offer at Craig's Crematorium. And also, please do not ask if we can burn perished family members. We did not realize the mistake when we had the sign made, and it's too expensive to fix. Should we get to this one-on-one with Blake now?
It's a party on the beach with Baha Men.
There's a huge beach party going on, and the Baha Men are playing their new song, Bumpa.
Let's do it. I want to see you shake. Whoa.
So lucky to be here right now. Like, I am so happy. It's crazy. The fact that we're here right now together, it's amazing.
I just want to give my number. Show me when you're ready to come over.
When acts like this go on too long, I assume they're not the original members that had the hit 32 years ago. And most of these band members are like hanger-on guys who like say they're in the Baha Men but live really sad lives, like living in studio apartments, like living with their mother. Like this is their big deal to like. It's really sad, the music business.
What
really.
did you think of the song?
It sucked. This is horrible.
Me and Nick were joking about it. What if Blake just freaked?
Just a massive Baha Man. Just bursts out in tears, uncontrollable shaking. And then Garrett's back at the hotel, also giant Baha Men fan, and just
tearing shit apart.
Yeah, just angry with Becca for not getting
No,
that.
but we were talking about Blake being like such a huge fan that like the Baha Men could not perform. Like he was causing
but
such a problem.
But he fucking hates Who Let the Dogs Out though. He thinks that's radio bullshit. He likes their deep tracks.
And he hates that it's the thing that they're remembered for because they're so much better than that.
Yeah. It's like I don't know if people are introduced to Fish through Farmhouse.
Right. It's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Anastasio, great guitar player though.
Yeah, he's a talented individual.
Could you imagine being on this show?
No.
Could you imagine going to a Baha Men concert with 17 people, at least 6 of who are whom?
Baha Men?
Full-blown parents.
Oh.
And there were a couple of canines in the crowd. I wasn't sure who let those out.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I just couldn't imagine being there. Like I wouldn't move. I would just be looking around like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
It's tough. All right, Dylan, what you're getting at is like Blake had to fake enjoy that he's here. He's dancing. The man has no moves.
I disagree.
Dude, he fucking
Yeah.
He had swag out there.
Yeah, he truly did. That boy from Denver can move. They sit down on the beach after this raucous party. with the Baha Men, and they have a pretty fake bullshit talk about their relationship.
It's unbelievable how lucky I am right now in this moment right here. This week it's an understatement to say I got in my head a little bit.
Stop laughing.
I did. Not questioning how I felt about you, but possibly questioning how you felt about me and, where I stood and, the connections you had with the other guys.
Like what? Was it the fact that you thought you might not get a one-on-one?
Yeah, that started to creep into my head. It did. And I was really confused if I wasn't going to be getting a one-on-one.
I could tell. I mean, walking in earlier this week when I grabbed Colton, I could see it on your face. And you're the only one that I noticed that it was tough.
It was really hard, and it affected me like I didn't think it would.
Pussy.
Yes,
pussy,
I knew it was coming.
Pussy.
Iggy, pussy, illy, wetter than the M's, I taste this kitty, silly, billy, poppin' billy, so come, hook 'em like crack, after shock. This should be outlaw, call me Pac!
Nice, Nick. What the fuck happened to men? Why is this guy on this show and he's probably gonna win? This is setting a precedent for men right now. This Blake guy is a complete and total fucking puss bag. This guy, if this guy showed up to date my sister, I know I don't even have one, but if I did have a sister and this guy showed up, I'd have to pull him aside and go, hey dude, you need to get the fuck out of here. I love my sister, and she needs to marry a real man, and you are a little girl. Get the fuck out, you fucking puss bag. Hey, Dylan, you okay?
Yeah, he lost it. I would pull him aside and be like, Iggy, pussy, illy, what are the M's on taste this kitty, silly, billy, poppin' pillies, smoke him like a swisher, lick this filly, mold him, soak him, hook him like crack, after shock.
Nice, dude.
Thanks. Nice. He's crying.
This guy, I don't like this Blake guy. I don't like him. She's gonna pick this guy.
I think
so too.
that you've made that clear. I do have to say, he's on a little bit of shaky ground because remember he hasn't spent as much time with her as others have, and that does not mean that he has not gotten camera time, because that's wrong.
Okay.
But his appearances are hot, fast, and spread out. I mean, he has an incredible showing. Should we get to the night date?
Night date!
But before we get into the night date, do you want to get into a little bit of iTunes ratings and reviews?
We're a 5-star entity,
right.
Okay?
Yep.
People love this show.
Yep.
And so this week we were brought down to 4.5.
Not good.
Not good.
Not
Nick was
okay.
very upset by this. Little did I know at the time of the crime that it wasn't me that was responsible for this, but again, it was Nick Davis. So anyway, Nick did a call to action, and I have to say this. We call our fans the baby birds.
Baby birds.
Baby birds, I have to tell you. You answered the call. You saved our asses in the iTunes review section.
Beautiful, each and every one of you.
Within 24 hours, we went from 4.5 back up to 5. So let me tell you this.
Fuck you, haters.
Fuck you, haters, you 1-star pieces of shit that
you
show up here.
1-star pieces of shit.
Fuck your asses. Let me give a call out to
Fuck your ass.
Fuck your
Yeah,
asses.
go fuck yourself, you losers. God, I hate people. Dylan, Nick, I really hate. All right, so let me keep it positive. So the people that came to our aid were, let me throw their names out there. Again, some have listened to me and put their names there. Some others have chosen not to do so. I will not attack you because you did save our asses. Austin Lind, thanks for the 5-star review. Sierra Frianco, thank you. Katie Bennett, you're really cute in your pictures. I want to help you out in acting.
Whoa.
Hit me up, Patrick at adamcarolla.com. We'll work something out for you.
I want to help you with acting.
I don't know.
What kind of disgusting thing is that to say?
Bia to turn T. I don't know what
Time's
that
up,
means.
Pat.
New to kicks, thank you. The dash okay question mark, thank you. Matt 011111111111111.
This is
thank you.
necessary,
Cynthia
is it?
Sumner and BPD123. Thank you for your 5-star reviews. I appreciate it.
Okay, they sit down to a meal and some cocktails. And Blake says to her, and this isn't made up, that his parents split because his mom was banging both the English teacher and the basketball coach. I'm just kidding. They were one and the same mister. But she was banging the coach and English teacher.
Why do I need to hear you describe it? I have a clip. Can I play clip?
Yeah.
Hit us with it.
My parents got divorced when I was roughly about a sophomore in high school, so 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
And my mom fell in love with another man, well, still married to my dad. And that's hard enough, but it turned out the affair she was having was with my basketball coach and English teacher. And going through that in a small town, makes it exponentially harder.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so I actually found out a lot through people in the community. Not even really friends, more acquaintances than anything. People I didn't even know too well were coming up to me.
So this guy, as I mentioned, is a pussy. And also, he's very damaged. The parents, the infidelity, that damages a young man. He's super insecure, which is why she really is lashing her wagon onto them. Two damaged souls, two people that have low self-esteem. This girl, look, I don't want to sound like a misogynist and say bad things about Becca, but she's not an attractive female.
Oh.
I had mentioned off mic, of course.
Yeah.
Becca, if you really look at her and you break down her physicality,
Jesus Christ.
has done everything she possibly can to be as attractive as she can. There is no more pushing the limits of this. She's lost a ton of weight, so she's as skinny as she'll ever be. She's got hairstylists, makeup people, everyone helping her. This is the pinnacle of her attractiveness. If whatever guy latches his wagon onto her, this is as good as she's ever gonna get. It's all downhill from here.
So when you said that you don't want to come across as a misogynist, how you think you did?
I give myself
How you think you did, Pat?
8.2.
Going back very quickly to Blake's cheating mom,
Yes.
You say he's damaged from it. I say he's ungrateful. I mean, he now has perfect grammar and quite the mid-range game.
I love my new dad. I gotta say, I hate the way that Blake speaks and the way he is. And I also have to say, their kissing it's passionate. I'm getting thrown all over the place this show. I think Garrett's going to win, then I think Colton's got this in the bag, and then Blake comes out of the woodwork, and they have an incredible date. I just don't know who she's going to pick.
I'll give you that, Dylan. I don't know at this point. There's at least 3. I don't think Colton's going to be there. Tia's showing up next week, as they teased us at the end of the episode.
Yep.
Not to get ahead of ourselves, but
Right.
I think she's going to drop a major Colton bomb.
A C-bomb.
If you say C-bomb, I'm thinking you're referring to cunt.
No, I'm referring to a bomb about Colton's character. A C-bomb.
Oh, nice.
You guys want to go to the group date now? The group date portion of this?
Wills, Leo, Scott Bale.
Roll call. Hit the music. The guys hit the beach, and Jason runs to get her ahead of the other guys, and that's why he won.
No leg wrap around though.
Listen, I mean, Jason, you're fighting hard, buddy, but it's not going to happen unless your family is insanely charming.
If he wants it, though, I feel like he's paving the way for paradise. He's just a cool dude.
Yep.
And that's why he's going along so deep. He's kind of a non-threat. I think everybody really knows his end is near.
Yeah, his end is near. She comes out and she's like, guys, listen, I know most of you are going to go home. I may never see you again, but let's have a light day, huh? Let's have fun out there. And don't think about, again, how 2 of you are going to not be here anymore. They go and play a little beach volleyball. And I do have to say, the slack in this net is pathetic. Okay? Shame on you, production. How hard is it to get a net taut so they can actually play some fucking volleyball?
I was thinking that same thing the whole time.
Thank you. Will is... Oh, sorry. His name's Wills. Wills gets...
Is it, though?
Yes.
I still contend production made that mistake and he never corrected him. They just added an S. It was a typo. Oh, some lip licking. That is unpleasant.
What an awful sound effect that is.
Lip licker.
let's give props to people that know how to lick lips. LL Cool J, Nick. I don't like to obviously be proven wrong, but on last episode, when I had said that I actually thought Tyrese Gibson was the best lip licker, you had said, no, it's LL Cool J. And you are 100% correct, sir.
He's the king.
I stand corrected.
I was, like I said, I was stoked that day. I thought we were about to say it in unison, like Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly and Step Bros.
I honestly have no fucking idea what you guys are talking about. I don't really know the music of LL Cool J, and I also don't never knew that there was a league of, would you call them extraordinary gentlemen? I didn't know that there were people who you identified as lip lickers. Like, can you name... Can you stop that sound effect? And can you stop the sound effect? And can you name 2 other lip lickers?
We kind of just coined the term last week in honor of LL Cool J. I don't know, Michael Jordan kinda. He kept his tongue out.
Can you name one more?
I'll have to think about it a little longer, but definitely Tyrese Gibson and LL Cool J are top 2.
Okay, we got those 2.
I'm sure there's some white people out there doing it.
Yeah, like Gene Simmons.
It's good.
Yeah. Jason is definitive that he's not going anywhere. And I think she kind of likes that. He's like, what we've got, not ready to lose it yet. And she's like, that is charming. Buy soon,
buddy,
but not right now. Leo then sits down with Becca and is essentially like, so this isn't gonna work, right?
He went. I think he knew he didn't have a shot, and he went kamikaze on it.
By kamikaze, you said, "What will the hometowns look like?" And she said, "Well, actually,
yeah."
Glad you asked, Leo.
He's like essentially saying, Becca, if you want to live on a futon for the rest of your life, I mean, I'm your guy. But that's such a different life than the one that I think you want to have. Also, I'm a failure in my father's eyes.
I'm telling you, baby, Waterworld's going to start touring any day now. The money's really going to start rolling in.
Fuck that. He's going to have a great time on BIP. But I have to say this to Leo. The long-haired thing, it's time to go. I assume he has to keep that under contract for Waterworld. He's one of the smokers. So he rides the skidoos, and so that he's probably under contract for that. But I would say the power move would be quit the live show, right? And then put all your efforts towards trying to be an influencer. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm not going to lie. I have not been to Universal Studios since 2006, and I think
long time.
I think I am due. I got to go see Leo.
You know,
Splash Zone, baby.
We were talking off mic, of course, and Nick's never been to Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Neither have I. That's where the gangs
go. Are you
go.
kidding me?
Gangs
all
go there.
3 of us stop with that tired old narrative. Six Flags is a PR marketing team that are geniuses. They pump out that gangs are there so that not as many people go, so that people can enjoy the experience. They get customer retention. And also, they pump out that the park's closing down. In 2007, 2008, everybody goes, you know what? The park was never closing down. They got an influx. It's a genius park. All 3 of us are going to go and record a podcast live from all of the roller coasters.
I love that idea, Dylan. And I actually lied, though. I have been also in 2006. Big year for me. I went to Six Flags with a physics class.
Did you go on any of the rides?
The baby ones, because I am a little bitch when it comes to roller coasters.
You're a little scared?
A little scaredies.
But if we went, you'd hop on Goliath?
Yeah, I'm going to face it.
Oh, man, I'm so excited. Pat, are you afraid of roller coasters?
No, I'm afraid of long lines in conversation. Uh-huh.
With us?
Not you guys, my wife.
Oh.
Or any potential children. I don't know.
I'm going to be so horny because, like I said, fear is nature's most powerful aphrodisiac.
Okay, we need to get into the night date.
Night date! So Leo is gone. And I don't know if there's weird editing here or that maybe they needed to save time for the show, give more time to the Baha Men, their new single. But for whatever reason, Leo is like, they just show him walking out. basically says no, and then there's no OTF of him crying in a limo, which I don't think he'd do.
It was a brutal send-off because, one, we didn't get enough of Leo, on the way out. I would have liked some confessional type stuff from him. It's been a good journey, stuff like that. I'm going to go jump in the water tank. I'll see you guys later. Mm-hmm. We got none of that. And usually you want to see the grossies and the yuccos get stranded on a beach. We love Leo. You don't want to see that. It's heartbreaking.
I'm shocked how much I like him. Again,
he's wonderful.
If he had shorter hair, I think I'd like him a lot more. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the hair is so a part of who he is.
He's like Samson, like you said.
Like you said.
And it turns out Becca was his Delilah.
Becca, Wills, Jason, the three of them sit down. And the vibe is weird from the jump. That cheers, I'm pretty sure I saw Jason almost say something and he stuttered and then just took a long sip of water and just didn't say anything. It was very, very awkward.
I think they were all hoping for a Zoolander type orgy in the room, and no one really knew how to initiate.
Interesting take.
Now, in Becca's OTF offsite, so Scott Bale's not hearing this, she said that he is a slight risk choosing him.
Right, because he's not attractive enough.
And he likes the Buffalo Bills way too much.
We've discussed it. It only produces heartbreak.
Fucking Scott Norwood.
Yeah, she sits down with Jason, brings up the most tropey red flag ever, that he's moving too slow, because after 8 weeks, if you haven't said, I love you, I'm in love with you, and I am prepared to promise to you that I'm yours forever.
I want to give you my seed.
You're not going to last. It's funny that the every fucking person that says that they're in love with Becca or in love with Bachelorette XY says that they're in love with them after 7-8 weeks, but that they also don't use that word lightly.
Bachelorette XY sounds like the Bachelorette in 2042. It's like a robot.
And then she sits down with Wills, who I think is, even before she let him go, I knew he was the weakest contender. Obviously because of lip licking, but his wardrobe choices. He was wearing a smock that was green with fucking flower pattern on it. The man does not know how to choose his outfits.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's a trendy dresser. He probably would just say that you don't understand fashion because you're wearing a T-shirt from Target with a neck that's stretched out and it is turned the wrong side. But he is not what Becca's looking for. She's not looking for a guy who has hookups at Supreme and then wears that stuff out all the time. He also gets awkward as this night goes on. He says I love you or that I'm in love with you as a fucking last Hail Mary. Doesn't go well. He also says earlier on just gentle reminder. Do you remember last week when I told you I was falling in love with you? Now I'm in love with you. And also he laughs and licks his lip a lot.
Once again, he also looks like that is
Pat. Stop.
All right, so he's let go. And then I have to go on Twitter, and apparently they're throwing this out there that this guy should be the next Bachelor.
No way, Jose.
This guy is horrible. I will say this right now, and this is my stance on this. How dare you, you dummies. He would be the worst. This guy had no personality. He was one-dimensional on this show as far as I'm concerned. I have no idea who he is. And beside the point, besides the lip-licking and horrible choices, he wore a romper. A romper 2 episodes ago. How are you going to take this guy seriously in life?
In front of the great Wayne Newton.
a romp him.
Sorry.
But
fuck that!
He also looks baked out of his fucking mind.
Yes, he smokes too much weed. He definitely has a medical card. I do not trust this guy, and I think he's wearing oddly colored eye contacts.
No medical card needed in Cali anymore, baby.
Seeing BIP, brother. He was fucking so happy when she let him go, by the way.
I don't think he was. It was kind of sad seeing him leave, but I do like the move of getting out of the limo to cry. Don't let them see you cry, even though they can clearly see that you're just standing over in a corner crying your eyes out. Guys.
Like Nelly, never let him see you sweat.
That's very difficult, especially on a hot day like today.
It's been outrageous outside.
It's time to get out of here. Before we do get out, though, we have a fan favorite segment that we need to get to. Nick, what's the segment again? What's it called?
It's errors and omissions.
Okay, got it. You want to just quickly lay out how that works because it's kind of tough to grasp.
I feel like people are maybe catching on, but one more time, it's places where we have erred.
Yeah.
And things that we have omitted.
Right, that's perfect. I don't,
Here we go.
Okay.
Errors and omissions. Last week you said I would not memorize the lyrics to Iggy Azalea's Pussy, and I in fact did memorize the lyrics to Iggy Azalea's Pussy.
So that was an error on my part, but more of a misjudgment.
It was a dumb, stupid error. That was this week's Errors and Omissions.
We got to get out of here. Before we do, I want to say, guys, thank you so much for being a part of that Facebook group. I mean, it's unbelievable. You guys talking to each other, chatting it up, giving us feedback, and posting hilarious, witty stuff, except for you, Ben Roth, who I've talked about this evening. Your days are numbered, sir. I don't care that your wife is in the group.
Hey, Ben, you're fine.
I don't... Stop.
I second that.
Stop. What is this?
Sorry, don't
I don't care that you have a child, okay? Your days are numbered. You're not fine. So, guys, thank you so much for being a part of the Facebook group. If you guys want to join, it is at the website facebook.com/
Another Bachelor Podcast.
And then on Instagram, Nick posts all type of hilarious stuff, and you can follow us where?
Another Bachelor Podcast.
Yeah, and then also remember, hop in those ratings and reviews. Give us 5 stars. Please don't give us 1. Please don't do that. And not 2, 3, or 4 either. All 5 stars. Thank you guys so much. I'm Dylan saying goodbye. Nick, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Pat, say goodbye.
See you guys.